don't know what just happened there. But anyway, something happened with my connection. Thank all of you for joining me tonight on a late night edition of Bobby Dirkens Live. It's about 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, AM and FM. Everybody, thank you so much. Bulldog, you're there. Washington Huskies, good to see you. Gabe, good to see you. How all y'all doing? Washington Husky, I do want to answer you. I am on Twitter at B Dirkens, on Twitter at B Dirkens. Also, if you go on Instagram, I'm on the radio handle of the Bobby Dirkens. So y'all go on there and check it out. Thank all of y'all for checking on me. I've had a lot of people ask me what's been going on with you because we hadn't been seeing as much of you. Well, here's the deal. My vacation, I need a staycation from the vacation. Lord, it really wasn't a vacation. It was just a little time away and so on. And I tell you, Lord, I've been covered up. Lord, have mercy. Just telling you right now. But lots went on in sports. You know, here's the deal. Here's the deal. It's just like Monday. Today I realized when it was about 2 o'clock and I get off at 5, I realized that I should have let that doctor write that prescription for me, if you know what I mean. Just a horrible, horrible day. I ain't here to bring you down. I'm just being real with you. Bobby Dirkens, you know. But anyway, it was just, I tell you, it was just, I needed a medicated smile all day. Prince, thank you for congratulations on 1,000. Thank you so much. Thank all of you to subscribing. Tell you right now, I've had really, really good things going on. I see Go Washington Football just liked my live breaking news. Ryan Stanfield, May there to you. Good to see you. Let the Lord take a liking to you. Glad y'all are all here. Do want to talk about some breaking news that's going on. Wisconsin has suspended their best wide receiver. His name is Cephas something. Let me look on here. Y'all, can I scroll the internet? Hello, hold on one second. Let's go up here. Let's find out who this youngin's first name is. Cephas. Here we go. Cephas. I think Cephas was in the Bible. I think in the Bible when Jesus called Peter Cephas, that was actually a backhanded thing to him. I can't remember. Quintess Cephas. I remember that. Quintess Cephas. All of a sudden, this is something that me and others who do what I do, we've talked about, is that, you know, 2 months ago when I started doing my previews of all these teams, you know, I continuously said this, and I'll say it again. It's kind of like sitting in a room and everybody breaks wind, and there's a ton of people in there. You're kind of guessing who farted. And this is a case right here, because you don't see that Wisconsin is going to have to suspend this boy because of alleged charges. I hadn't read the story, so it could be cut and dry. You know, he's caught on videotape and stuff. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it just a little bit ago. And then you never, you know, guessed that the Urban Meyer thing would go on. All of this stuff that we predict in July, August, June. I know I'm jumbling up my months and everything. I'm sorry, I've been working all day. I just can't keep coming on here and pumping out like some type of little coin machine all the good news all the time, you know. But I try. I think I do okay. But the truth is that all it takes is one scroll across the counter. If you're sitting and you're watching any type of sports related news, all it takes is one little scroll that basically says in a nice way, your season is about to suck. And that's what it ends up happening. That's what ends up happening. Ohio State, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to talk too much about that. I was watching Pigskin Pete a little earlier today. I agree with him. I'm about to the point I just don't care anymore. I just really don't care to a point, you know. But we do have college football. Washington Husky just said only 5 days till football. You're right. I know it's crappy football, but we'll take it. I'll take it way better than that waste of time, world soccer, FIFA. Who cares about it? Who cares about the 745 games that baseball plays? I mean, it is what it is. You're right, it's bad teams, but we'll take it. I'll take it over, you know, some pitcher standing on the mound and umpire stops the game so he can step off and adjust his nuts. I just don't care about that. Hey, George, good to see you. May there. Today, Michigan named Shea Patterson their starter. It's also as surprising as when my mama tells me she loves me. I knew it, and we knew that was going to happen. Big shocker. I mean, you knew when the kid transferred up there that it is what it is. It is what it is. At Young and only I guarantee you, he got on the phone with Harbaugh and he said, "I'm coming up there only if you guarantee me I'm starting right now." And Harbaugh probably went, "Look, as long as you don't eat all that chicken, you'll be fine. You can come up here and play for me." He let him come up here and play for him. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like the shoes on the other foot. You're walking sideways. It looks weird, but you're still moving. I don't know what that has to do, but I just felt like saying that. Yeah, I mean, we all knew who was going to start. Another thing, I've been reading through this. Y'all probably saw it today on different media sites. Ed Orgeron and other coaches who were on the hot seat. Now, I said this last week. I said this even, I think, during my preview of LSU, which somebody replied to me a yawn. They put yawn up there talking about my preview of LSU. Let me tell you something about LSU football. Yawn means that it's boring. Your program, sir, has been embarrassing. That you could have Landry and Odell Beckham on the same team, all right? And you still can't get a national championship. You have all that talent around them. You still can't. Now, I'll take you on any day of the week. Any day of the week. I will, but I can't take embarrassing. So good to you. You think that was a good little comment? I just deleted it because it was just that stupid. Good to see you, George. George believes that Florida is going to go 15-0. Everybody go find George right now. He's probably cold and lonely walking the streets. He probably hasn't taken his pills because he's starting to talk out of his mind. We still love you, George. We'll take up the collection, get you some help, because Florida is not going 15-0. Lord help them. Yeah, but I was talking about Ed Orgeron. Here's the deal, Ed Orgeron. They hired the man knowing that he has not had success as a head coach. And you could say, okay, that was at Ole Miss and that was a long time ago. Touche. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I have a friend whose name is Mo. I won't even finish it. Anyway, this guy starts up businesses left and right. And they're always in businesses that doesn't make sense. What I mean by that is you don't need a travel agency anymore, right? Because we got the internet. He starts up a travel agency, puts a lot of money into it, loses his butt. I mean, I'm just saying. So he does that. Then all of a sudden, he decides that he's going to start buying penny stocks. Well, guess what? He loses it there. He blows it every time. He decides that he's going to open up a record store and sell CDs and stuff. Well, that's done past and gone. And the only thing that I have to ask myself when I talk to him, and I say it in love, I try to be respectful. What part of your butthole were you using when you made that decision? It is what it is. My point here is, what part of LSU's rectum were they thinking with? Maybe it was the crust around their rectum. I don't know their wiping habits, but at the end of the day, this was not an obvious hire. Now, I've said I think he's probably a good positions coach. You got to think these assistant coaches, position coaches, they make way more money than all of us. Even if you've got a really good job, they still make more money than you. You know, they make more money than doctors calling football plays, okay? So it's not like I'm telling that he is condemned to a life of drawing circles and soiling his breeches. I'm just saying you're not the head coach of a football team. LSU hires him. Now he's automatically on the hot seat. Did we not all see this coming? Just start hitting that like button and if you saw this coming. Hit the share button. Go tell everybody about this, because here's the deal. Here's the deal. We all knew that Ed Orgeron was going to be on the hot seat like that. Why? it's LSU, and they've wasted more talent than about anybody. And then the next thing is that you saw it coming, Washington. You saw it. I saw it. My unborn baby saw it when it happened. I'm just telling you, we knew this was coming. You don't have to search too far. That's all I'm gonna say. But at the end of the day, hold on one second. That youngin' he got in here, Lord, I tell you what. Bobby Dirkens Jr. just got up. He just took off running, got in here. He's supposed to be in bed. Two things real quick. I'll stop right here. Just got in here. Someone asked me, have I talked about Ohio State? No, I haven't talked about Ohio State. I will say this. It's now to the point that I don't think they're going to fire him. But and I don't mean this disrespectful to you, because I know it's big news in college football, but they're not going to fire him. And then here's the next thing. Here's the other thing. It's just got to the point to where I think it's going to be maybe a dark cloud over the program. Everybody talks about this banding together and this, that, and the other, and they may do it, and they may come out and win a national championship. But I will tell you this, especially in this day and age, when people start getting cracked down on players and coaches and ADs and staff and everything, and they start, blocking, you'll have people coming out there marching, blocking his way to where he can't get to the office and he can't get to the stadium, and that starts playing with it. Trust me, that might happen. Y'all think I'm crazy. And I may have an extra couple of chromosomes dancing around in here, but I am right. Also had another one there that Dabo said that I believe you said Clemson Jacob that this week he was going to name the starter. It's going to be Kelly Bryant. He's going to be Kelly Bryant. He's starting Kelly Bryant. He's going to bring in Trevor here and there. So when the defense locks down on Kelly, even though Kelly's a good athlete, he is one-dimensional, and he's running. He's a running quarterback. All you do with a running quarterback is what? Take the run away. Take the run away, and guess what happens? It is what, it is what it is. Hello, everyone. Hey, Brody, good to see you. Well, there appears to be playing for allow someone who abused his wife. There's different takes on that, Cadence. There's different takes on that. There's different thought processes. How much did he know? What did he not know? I just think that this is a whole messed up situation. I will say this. It's always interesting when people gets divorced and they play it out in national media. I think it gets kind of crazy. Because all you have to do, it is what it is. Clemson Jacob says, I'm going to my first game. Parents surprised me with Clemson and A&M tickets. Hey, Sean, it's good to see you. Hey, good to see you. Well, I will say this. I'll say this. That's a good deal. I'm sorry all these people said, and they're talking to me right now. Congrats, Clemson Jacob. That's awesome. Never forget my first football game. My first football game at Clemson was in 1995, believe it or not. The defending, I want to say Anyway, it was Florida State at Clemson. Danny Cannell was quarterback. Warwick Dunn was playing running back. Oh, my goodness, it was such a good time. I'll never forget it. Clemson got beat 45-26 that day. I'll never forget it. We were just happy we scored 26 points on them. That was the best year Tommy West ever had at Clemson while he was there. I think they went 8-3, but that was also the same year that they went to the Gator Bowl, played Donovan McNabb, Marvin Harrison, and boys lost 41-0. I think it's 41-0. Anyway, everybody, thank you for joining me. Who's been joining me? I sure do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Jalen Phillips, 4-star out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, just committed to Clemson. It's a big deal. If you believe in doing jazz hands, and if you do, I don't want you watching my show anymore. But Jalen Phillips, 4-star out of Lawrenceville, just committed to Clemson. Big deal. He's a great player. He knows how to play the game. I mean, I tell you right now, he's cat's meow. He knows what he's doing. I'm never going to say that again. I feel bad. I feel like I need to punch myself to, it is what it is. you should start doing weekly reviews for the season. You know, I might do that. I've been thinking about that. I do believe that he is a safety. I do believe that Jalen Phillips is a safety. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm going to say he is a safety. 4-star safety. Yes, he is. I did it. Okay, real quick, I do want to go over just some of the recruits. I know that we already know a lot of the recruits that's playing for Clemson, but I just want to remind you because, you know, some of the top things that you've been hearing about, especially if you're a Clemson fan, Trevor Lawrence. Very easy to listen and hear about Trevor Lawrence, and it's great news, but it's also, you can also kind of lose some players that you forgot, you know, who signed with us. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, of course, we have Trevor Lawrence, that young man, he knows what he's doing. Xavier Thomas. Now, to me, I think Xavier Thomas, as somebody that hasn't been talked about near as much until the other day when he body slammed one of the players. So that's a big deal. I mean, this guy's very powerful. They say he could play right now. He wouldn't be a contributor. He'd be a great player. So that's a big deal. Jackson Carman. I think Jackson Carman should be very thankful that he did not sign with Ohio State. Consider this. You're excited. You sign with Ohio State. And then all of a sudden, you find out some craziness has been going on. And your coach may not be your coach. And even if he is your coach, everybody's going to be upset about it. So, yeah. Jackson Carman, great player. He's 6'6", 350 pounds. Outrageous. Falcons Fury, you made it, buddy. You made it. You be late to your own darn funeral, but you made it. Good job. I'm glad you're here. Jackson Carman, great pickup for Clemson. Justin Ross. Justin Ross is a 6'4" man out of the state of Alabama. And you cannot state enough how incredible his playability is. When he jumped up and caught that one-hand pass, how many people y'all seen that? Y'all seen that? Jumped up, caught that pass one-handed. Reminded of me in the backyard. I'm just telling you right now, that youngin right there, he can play. He's going to see playability. Hopefully, he'll be in good shape. Next, KJ Henry. KJ Henry, I'll never forget. He was one of the last commits there in that early commit. We were all begging to God that he was going to end up signing, because thinking about signing him and Thomas at the same time, made me wet my drawers. But just telling you, KJ Henry, big deal coming up. 2 more days until my son's born. Well, congratulations. Congratulations on procreation. You doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. Congrats, my friend. Congratulations to you. That gets just a big old Bobby Dirkens made there to you. Good job. Let me just tell you this. I have found out that don't watch a baby, or don't be holding a baby watching a football game. Because you'll be holding it and you'll get excited and start doing this, and then DSS shows up at your house. So don't do that. Just telling you from experience. I didn't do it, but I almost did it. Not to my kids. Because they were celebrating. Even when they were in the womb, they could do the tiger, CLEMS, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway. So, congratulations to you. B.T. Potter signed with Clemson. Good kicker. We need good kickers. I think it's very important for a team to have a great kicker. And I think he definitely is going to line up and help us there. Darion Kendrick. Let me tell you what I love about Darion Kendrick, and I believe B.T. Potter was out of this same school as well. South Point out of the state of South Carolina. Now, when the Gamecocks was on their run, there was this thing that they had with South Point. I keep saying that. Sorry about that. South Point. That's where Jadeveon Clowney came from, Stephon Gilmore. You get where I'm going with this? And Clemson couldn't crack South Point. South Point. I keep messing it up, and I don't know why. Anyway, you know who they played for. Hey, Brett, good to see you. South Point, you're right. Jadeveon, that's right, Josh Watson. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Man there. But South Point, there's the deal. They couldn't crack them. also, for a lot of you who don't know this, this is the truth, that Burns High School, who was a juggernaut here in the state of South Carolina for many years, they had Willie Corn. They had a bunch of great players. Marcus Lattimore. Well, here's the deal. If I can remember the story correct, Willie Corn goes to Clemson and doesn't pan out. He ends up transferring out. I think he even got hurt, and it kind of messed up the way he threw. And I hate that for him. He was a good guy. And then Stanley Hunter, I want to say his name is linebacker, big recruit. He goes to Clemson, finds out he has epilepsy. Okay. Hey, Mr. Crawford, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. What is good, buddy? I tell you right now, I'm breathing, and football starts within 2 weeks. I tell you right now, it couldn't get any better unless Jesus come down here and took me down to Death Valley and let me fly across the field. Anyway, here's the deal. Here's the deal here. I'll summarize this, and I'm going to go on. That's a proper term. He was a good football player. Good football player. That's cool, Prince won. He was good. He was a good football player. Well, something ended up happening. I think he got hurt, and then, some things changed. The truth is, really, had the same surgery. Have the same surgeon? Do you think it's sabotage? I'll find them. I'll hit them. Yeah, that sucks. That's a weird sounding tear. Well, so just follow my story here. He ends up transferring out, goes to North Greenville. Stanley Hunter finds out he has epilepsy, like Clemson could control that. And then Xavier Dye didn't do as well as everybody expected at wide receiver. So all of a sudden, some people, not all people, but some people at Burns High School saw Clemson as bad luck. So, of course, Marcus Lattimore goes down there. Boy, he's tearing it up. And everybody's like, look, that was a good decision he made because, look at the other three. And they treated Clemson like the red-headed stepchild. So did South Point. Well, at the end of the day, I'm not reveling in this because Marcus Lattimore, even though he did hit his head and end up becoming a Gamecock, is a fine fella, and you just can't help what happens to you. But we end up knowing that he did blow out, I believe, both knees. And he did that at Carolina. Then all of a sudden, this whole we're so gaga for South Carolina, that come to a head and busted. Because everybody started to see that it wasn't some omen. It was just what it was. Same thing with South Point. So that Darion signed, B.T. Potter signed out of South Point. It's a big deal. I love it. I love it. It's great. There's more players to go down through here, but so I'm about to bring this to a close. Probably do this on another one. I do want to remind everybody that I do have my preview of the South Carolina Gamecocks. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that I have no hate in my heart for any person, no matter what nation, creed, size, bank account, or how ugly their children are. I have no hate in my heart. But I do have the ability to despise you with an exponential rate. It is what it is. I will not be allowed to drive through Columbia after I get done with this. That's fine by me. Fine by me. No big deal to me. The only good thing coming out of Columbia is 26 heading wherever the crap it is out of Columbia. So, looking forward to that. I do have the album. I have been working on the pure, unadulterated hate for the Gamecocks. And that is it. It's coming out. I hope you'll buy it. You are right, Josh. Columbia is the armpit of the South. It is... I don't know. It's the hair around the butthole, in my opinion. It is what it is. The butthole. It really, truly is. I did see one question here. Do I feel bad about the preseason poll? Clemson being number 2 and not number 1 against versus Alabama. Here's what I'll say to that. Everybody go back 1 year ago. Yes, I actually do have an album that's coming. I'm not joking. I have an album that's going to come out about next week. It's going to be 5 songs. And I'll tell you where you can buy it and everything. It's going to be cheap, so you can still buy a case of beer and buy my music, sit there and listen, and sell it to your family. There you go. But it is really good. It's really good. I'm doing all the playing, doing the singing. Got some background vocalists coming in. Oh, it's Washington Huskies. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. It's gonna be good. Gonna be good. It's gonna outsell the Beatles. You know, Josh, you're right. They're the safe pick for voters. But here's what I'll say when it comes down to the AP poll. How many here among us remembers that 1 year ago the Florida State Seminoles was number 3 in the country? I do. And how many people thought that was ridiculous the first time you read it? You knew it. I mean, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. The point is, preseason polls, sometimes they kind of get close, but at the end of the day, I mean, the truth is, at the end of the day, it really doesn't mean anything. I just want to tell you this, and I mean this with all my heart, that we have the chance to run the table, and if we can just make sure our quarterback situation is good, we can win the national championship. Now, I know that a lot of people can't wait for an album. It would be great to have you on Tailgating for Tigers collaboration. Hey, I'd love to. Hit me up on Twitter. Go on Twitter. Find me at B Dirkens on Twitter at B Dirkens. Hit me up. Send me a message. Get on there. And after this, I am gonna be going to bed after this, cause I gotta get to bed. I gotta get up and euthanize all those worthless cats down at the place. Somebody asked me, euthanize? Do you mean kill? What other meaning is there is euthanize me? I mean, you gotta kill them. I tried shooting them in the head, but they told me they wanted me to, poke them with that needle. Although I will tell you that needle, that juice coming out of there, actually tastes like grapefruit juice. Won't hurt a human. But anyway, no. Here's what I'll say to you, and I'll close in this. I will close in this. That top 3 is fine. All you have to do is to get in the top 4, and then you let it roll. That's what you do. Top 4. If you can get in that top 4, you're in good shape. All right. Top 4, you play out your destiny. I believe, and I tell you this, I was really, really hard and said, even if Kelly was a starting quarterback, he couldn't win the national title. He could get us all the way. Falcons Ferry. I work down there at the animal shelter, and they need somebody to step in and give the Death Angel a little help. Sometimes Death Angel don't know who to take out. So bring me in, especially when it's dealing with the animal kingdom. And I have to do what I have to do. I got to put food on the table. And, of course, do some handyman stuff and, laying tile and so on. But, no, I do believe that we're going to end up seeing Trevor Lawrence play more. And then if you get into the heat of things, especially if we get to the playoffs, you're going to see them call up Lawrence just like they called up Tua down in Alabama. I think that's what's going to happen, but I think leading up to that, you're going to see Kelly start, if not all the games. I'm changing my tune. I think you're going to see him start about all the games. And at the end of the day, after he starts all the games, you'll see them bring him in. You're right, Ashton. He can't throw deep. I was there at the spring game. When he tried to throw, it was and there was just a little bit of coverage. It was not good. But you take Hunter Johnson, Chase Bryce, you put, of course, what's his face out there? You put Mr. Lawrence out there, and the passes look amazing. So, well, everybody, listen. I'm going to go ahead and end this thing. Thank you so much. As I said, Carolina, I will put up. I will be putting up the nice. I gotta go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Lord help you. Be well. Well, everybody be praying for Falcon Fury. He's not in a good mood right now. No, I just want to let y'all know that, of course, by the end of this week, if not by Saturday, my preview of the South Carolina Gamecocks will be up. Josh, I don't know when I'm kind of sporadic on my live ones. I know everybody else has been putting up a time, and I probably need to too, but just trying. Let me see what I can do. No, I live near Clemson. I will tell you that. I live in the area. I do live in the area. But anyway, and then of course next week I'm going to do my preview of my Clemson Tigers. I very well doubt that anything bad's going to happen to them. I will drop the album unless something bad happens. I will drop the album next week, and it will be for sale. I'll give you the site that it's going to be for sale on. I'm not putting it on iTunes. It just after a while, like, that gets annoying, and then they never let you know when they're going to put it on there or not. But anyway, everybody, y'all be good. Y'all keep being Clemson fans, and remember this: no matter what goes on in this world, no matter what you deal with, no matter who's president, who's not president, no matter if you find out the girl that you've been dating is actually a dude. I'm Bobby Dirkens. I'm right. And if you disagree with me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. You wrong.